let me show this right here. White House won't comment on reparations, says efforts should be left to Congress. On the White House House briefing on Tuesday, Yahoo News senior White House correspondent Alex asked Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre about local efforts to pay reparations to African Americans for slavery and segregation. Jean-Pierre touted the Biden administration focused on racial equality across the federal government, but wouldn't comment specifically about reparation legislation.
Hold on. George said they're not Christians supporting that. How they not? That's a Christian thing to support something like that. What are you talking about? Those Christians. Wait a minute. You saying those Christians supporting them funding that for that? Yeah, that to me, that's a Christian thing to do. The Bible forbids that. At George, Regina gave out a website. Give me your feedback. I lead. Okay.
No, she sent us a song.
Oh, give me your feedback. I lead in the first set. Then I lead the grand finale song. Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna check that out too. But yeah, so basically Biden don't want to touch reparations topic because he don't think it will benefit him later on down the line. So he's just like, we did all this other stuff. We'll leave that to
There's some more on Biden too of how he feels about.
Go ahead.
You know, you can operate over there. You don't got to be like P. Diddy, all in the music videos, all in the damn. I guess you're trying to prove to Eastwood you can walk and chew gum at the same time. If you give me, I can move it down. Keep your damn arm on that side of the damn room.
No, but sometimes you be leaving it up, and
I know what to do.
When I go back and edit it, it still be on the screen.
Stop this shit. Brilliantly flawed has entered the building.
I should refer to you as brilliant. I don't know. I think y'all check you out when this is over. All right. Oh, you talking to her? Okay. All right, let's move forward. So Biden don't want to touch the reparations thing because they don't want to lose support. They think from the middle ground.
He later has some things to say about his vice president, Kamala.
Oh yeah,
Kamala.
All right, let me show this. It says this is Taslin Figaro. This is the woman who was with Tariq. Yeah, she's an activist. It says San Francisco NAACP speaks on pushback over their position regarding the $5 million reparations payment. Panelists followed up and said the payment is the wokest idea ever, and the payment should be zero. Now, this is CNN.
The president of the San Francisco NAACP and the pastor of the Third Baptist Church, Reverend Amos C. Brown. Dr. Brown, thanks so much for being here. So $5 million to every Black resident. That sounds good to me. That sounds like something, that sounds like a plan that everyone would like who would be a recipient of that. So why don't you like that plan?
Let me correct something. The board has not agreed to my $5 million plan.
Yeah, it's a proposal. I get it. I know. It's a proposal, but why don't you like the proposal?
Because it has become a laughing stock around this nation, and representatives of it have indicated it was not based on any formula. It was not thought out logically, so that we should not be teasing and tantalizing African Americans. We are in trouble in this city. We need action now. We've had far too many studies, too many analyses, too many suggestions. And if the board were serious about that, this past Tuesday, they would have in principle supported cash payments and suggesting a plan for payment, even though, as some say, we have a deficit, we can't do anything now. Well, deficits don't last always. And even in Germany, Germans pay by installment. I'm looking for, and the NAACP is looking for, real action and not intentionality. We've talked too much about reparations. In fact, it was the NAACP branch that introduced the idea in 2019. So we can't be like Jack and the Bear, making tracks, but getting nowhere. Even this U.S. Congress of this nation has not acted on reparations in principle, and 70% of the nation are against it. Now is the time for all fair-minded, informed, loving, just citizens to join us as African Americans and support us as we supported reparations for the Japanese and for the Jewish community. That's the bottom line issue. We are not against cash payments, but we want sincere action and not optics.
What you think?
So he's saying San Francisco is not sincere.
Well, this is I think this is this San Francisco? Yeah, San Francisco. You're right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So he's saying San Francisco is not sincere in what they're offering for reparations.
Well, I guess he's saying this is a pipe dream. They haven't done. He's saying they haven't done the real work. They haven't
What's
done
the real? They're offering 5.
Wait, he's saying they didn't do the real studying. They didn't do it. They didn't get this. He's saying basically they got this number out of thin air.
So he's saying it should be more.
He didn't say more or less. He said this number's out of thin air. They didn't do real work to get to this number.
They're offering you $5 million and you purchase a house for $1.
He's saying that it's going to be not voted for. That's his point. It's not going to get any support. So I guess you're kind of saying it probably should be less. I guess he would say, or it should be in a different form. $5 million should be, as they always say, education and tax breaks and all that.
No,
stuff.
don't put
Funding
my money in no damn education.
Community programs, those type of stuff. This is why that when we saw the NAACP, they support community building programs.
Take your money and put it in community building programs. He can do. Isn't Skid Row located in Los Angeles? What are we going to do over here in my Italian voice? George, that was a $2 million and it raised it to $5 million. Well, okay, that's a good thing.
The LA one was at 250 and I think they went up to like 300 and something thousand. The San Francisco, they was at
right off the jump.
They was at $1 million at the gate.
Which is where we wanted to be at.
Let me show you what the president of the NAACP had to say. He said, to be absolutely clear, the NAACP demands reparations for African Americans who are descendants of slavery and of the Jim Crow era. There's been that's been our official position dating back to 1991 and was reaffirmed in 1999, 2001, 2003, 7, 16, 19, and 22. So to be clear, it wasn't reaffirmed during Obama's presidency. That's true. 2007, 2016.
It was quiet as a church mouse.
So what he just admitted is when Obama was in office, they did not talk about reparations. Obama got in 2008.
He was in there for 8 years.
He was gone in 2015. And they, during that time, did not say nothing about reparations.
So why do we need the NAACP?
Well, we've been said they're kind of useless at this point.
If you get, hold on. First of all,
hold up. And by the way, they weren't built for black people. They were built for colored people, as they say. So
it was built for black people.
Who was it built by?
We know it was built by the Jews.
And what does the name say? Colored people.
Well, we were called colored people at one time.
When they made sure in the future that you would call something else as well. And they call other people colored now.
Yep. I live in the area, so they not doing nothing with it. Flawed. Tents still up everywhere except for the city hall. Homeless in downtown LA, not going anywhere. Like a Travis weak ass cough. LOL.
Joe is running you down right now. Next up. Now, you remember this story from this was 2 years ago. Ben & Jerry's released Change is Brewing flavor with Representative Cori Bush. When Ben & Jerry's made ice cream for Change is Gonna Come, and during it was the next year after the George Floyd protests and all that stuff, and people were saying this is goofy. Why are these companies getting into these social movements?
They cut off Israel though.
Yeah. They're one of the only groups I ever seen do that.
They're pro Palestinian.
That's
Ben & Jerry.
One of the only big companies I've ever seen do that.
So they are super woke, super liberal.
So this is what they did. They got some backlash for it. But there's a new one coming. But it ain't Ben & Jerry's. This is Erica Alexander from you might know her from Living Single. I don't know if I can play this music. Ben & Jerry's is back.
Bill Clinton was born in Arkansas.
Oh, we know the Arkansas body
Bill
count.
Clinton would not make it in North Carolina.
Ben and Jerry's is back with a Reparations Now root beer.
They're super liberal company.
And Erica Alexander, she said a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We just might make a change. Get your support for reparations and try out this special recipe.
So she's their spokesperson.
Okay, before we get into that,
She's doing their marketing.
what do you think of her marketing this? Is this in bad taste, or what's the difference between this and Tamika Mallory doing a Cadillac?
There's no difference. Well, we don't know if Erica Alexander is being paid for this. She could say she's doing this to get the word out. It's a marketing thing for reparations. She could spin it as a positive thing. Tamika Mallory ain't spin that Cadillac thing as no positive thing.
Why not? She could say that I'm putting out social justice with a vehicle that is known for to be connected to the black community.
Oh, so she's telling black people to go buy a Cadillac to ride to Black Lives Matter protests?
Yeah, they don't really
have car shows with Cadillacs during the Black Lives Matter protests. Is that what Tamika Mallory is?
Okay, it don't win. You won.
Okay.
It don't work.
Lee,
But
you know what? What's your problem with Eric Alexandra? You know what? I'm still heated at your ass for putting that damn, what you did with that thumbnail.
Don't bring it up.
You tried to be slick.
okay, the fuck. You want to bring it up? Let's bring it up. Let's talk about the fact that she called her ex-husband, the whitest black man ever.
Maybe she felt like he was corny.
No.
Maybe she wanted somebody with the quote unquote swag.
No. Why she was dating him? Why she was married? She was pointing out
Because
his
he
skin
may have
tone.
been the whitest white man she ever known, but he was
Whitest black
putting it
man.
down.
He wasn't he's biracial. He's not, let's be honest. When we say bi, we mean half and half. We don't even know if he's that.
Man, what about that liberal milkshake?
Who the
First black?
Kill Bill.
These effing weirdos. They didn't learn with the Juneteenth Walmart ice cream. No.
What up, Falling?
Niggas, you will never learn. I thought it was, but it was not. LOL Regina. Sound like a Dave Chappelle skit for real.
Don't
for real.
it's like the last since 2020.